Start here in front, Glenn.
Fran, the way the game evolved, looks like it was going to have to be played inside. I think the team adjusted to that and reacted to getting inside baskets. That's what's, again, looks like that's where the points are going to come from.
You know, AJ said it. You know, what's happening to Michael and Ebo is disappointing. You know, a lot of physicality there. They should be shooting free throws. So we're going to throw it inside, and we're going to take advantage of the space that AJ has. You know, and that's how we're going to have to play, I guess.
Go ahead, Dave.
Coach, well, what does it mean your first season as the head coach here at Penn to end the losing streak and shake things up?
Yeah, I don't concern myself with what happened in 2018. That's not my deal. Okay, this team, we're going to prepare them to win the next game on the schedule. That next game happened to be against Princeton. And the kids really fought hard today. I'm really proud of them.
Go ahead, Walker.
I wanted to ask about the Penn defense today. Coach felt you guys were really swarming the ball whenever it got in there, and big improvement from the last time you were up there.
Yeah, we got hurt. You know, on the back down game, they have multiple guys that can do that. And that's in addition to the offense. I mean, Mitch runs great stuff. You know, they always have. So there's a lot of things you got to remember. You know, when you're playing on the perimeter, when you're playing in the post, when you're guarding a guy on the perimeter who's going back down into the post, dribble the post, when to double, when not to double, how do we rotate out of it? Because they're pretty good at finding their guys, their shooters. I think we did a really good job of that today. We didn't secure some rebounds that would have made a difference, and we didn't secure a couple of loose balls. But, you know, we made them miss with pressure.
Go ahead.
Coach, take me through the final, I guess, couple of possessions talking about making the miss and what you were asking from your defense to be able to lock up and get the win today.
Nothing different than what we had asked them at the start of the game. I think other than, okay, who do they typically go to at crunch time? You know, Davis and Hickey primarily. Stanton was out, so he would have been a guy. But Abdullahi, you know, is really playing well, so they kind of went to him. And he's a different kind of cover than the other guys. But, you know, I think some of our offensive execution wasn't as good as it could have been coming down the stretch. I really debated calling timeout in that last possession, and I probably would have been really questioning myself if I didn't, if that last shot went in. But I really thought Ebo was going to draw a foul there, and the kid did a good job not fouling him. He didn't foul him, so now we got to play defense and hold one point lead.
Go ahead, Albert.
Your team played defense really well in this game, especially in the first half. You held Princeton just 32% from the field. What do you have to say about your team's defensive effort in this game?
It was spectacular. It was spectacular up there for a half, and then it was as bad as it could be. But again, you always say, well, we didn't do this. They shot it well, and they moved it, and they executed their stuff, and they made a bunch of shots in a row. We all know that. And then the last 10 minutes, we were really good up there. We played great defense for 30 minutes up there. Today, we did it for 40, and if you're going to beat Princeton, you got to do it for 40.
Take one more question if there is one. Go ahead, Sean.
Coach, at the beginning of the season, there's a lot of struggles about, you know, who's the point guard going to be, who's the center going to be, talks about team fit. Now you see, you know, your two guys, Michael Zanoni and Ebo, had bad games, and all those question marks at the start of the season really showed out. Augie, Scantleberry, AJ Levine, even Jay Jones had 8
Jay
rebounds.
Jones was great.
8 rebounds for
6
a
points, 8
6-point guard.
rebounds, 2 assists.
What can you say about the progression the rest of the team has made from the start of the season to now?
Well, it had to happen. If your team's going to have any success, you've got to have that kind of depth. You've got to be able to win on nights when Michael and Ebo like they had today, you know, when they didn't score like 5 points between the two of them. Normally they say, okay, if they score 5, we'll probably have a hard time winning. But as you pointed out, the development of the other guys, you know, we saw it last week. We got 25 and 10 out of the 5 spot on the road against a really good Cornell team. And AJ was probably the reason we won the last game. And the way he got us off to a good start in both halves today. But his decision making is just so much improved. He's playing under control, he's playing with great confidence. And that's how we're gonna have to continue to play, because there's gonna be nights when guys are off.
All right.
Thank you.